right, guys, today is the last lesson of chapter 6. So now is crunch time, I guess. We are again going to do graphing quadrilaterals on a coordinate plane and working with that graphing and, of course, identifying what kind of a quadrilateral we have. So the first thing we're going to do again is graph the quadrilateral. So first thing I'm going to do is graph my points. So I have W is at -2, 1. So -2, 1, right here. Make that a little bigger. That's W. Then we've got X at 8, 6. So positive 8 and 6 up is right here. And that's X. Y is at 8, 1. So 8 here and 1 here. That's Y. And Z is at -2, -4, which is right here. And that's Z. Now I'm going to create my shape. So I'm going to take my lines, my straight edge, and draw the shape. All right. So now we've got that quadrilateral. Now we have to find the slope of each side. So finding the slope of each side, we're looking at the slope of WX. WX is this slope right here. We're going to count rise over run. We're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 up. So that's positive 5. And then how many over? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's got a slope of 5 over 10. We reduce that to 1 over 2. The slope of XY. Okay, guys, you know this. XY looks like, oh yeah, the death slide. So that's like, you don't do it, it's undefined. All right, so now we look at the slope of YZ. Well, from Z to Y, we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 5 up and 10 to the right. Again, that's going to be 1/2. So now we look for the slope of WZ. Well, WZ again is undefined. It's up, straight up and down. That's undefined. Well, if I look at this, I'm going to see, okay, what do those slopes tell me? Well, these two slopes are the same, and these two slopes are the same. So that means we have parallel lines. In fact, we have 2 sets of parallel lines. So we know for sure that we've got at least a parallelogram. And we know for sure that we don't have a rectangle or a square because we don't have perpendicular slopes. If we had perpendicular slopes, then we could probably say that we had a rectangle or a square. We don't have a trapezoid because we have 2 sets of parallel lines. And we don't have a kite because we have 2 sets of parallel lines. So the only other thing we could check for is to see if it's a rhombus. So a rhombus, remember, has all sides the same. So we would have to find the length of the necessary sides. So we need to find the length of WZ. And we need to find the length of, let's say, WX. Because those are 2 consecutive sides. If the consecutive sides are the same, that means that all 4 sides would be the same, and that would give us a rhombus. So, in order to figure out the length of the sides, going to, let's see, WZ is going to be easy because we can count it. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The length of WZ is 5. All right, so now if we're looking at WX, we have to do something. We could do the distance formula, or we could do Pythagorean theorem. And I choose Pythagorean theorem. So we're going to make our right triangle here. And we're going to count to see how far it is to the top here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is 10. And that's going to allow us to figure out what this side is here. So, for Pythagorean theorem, we are going to say 5 squared plus 10 squared equals, let's call it the c squared. We're going to call this one c. All right, so that's going to be 25 plus 100 equals c squared. So then we can say, I'm going to scroll this down just a little bit. We can say that this is 125 equals c squared. So c equals radical 125. Radical 125. Well, that's radical dude, right? Right, radical dude right here. Radical dude. Okay, so are these two sides the same? WZ and WX. They are not the same, so we don't have a rhombus. So if you list all the names that apply to this one, we are going to say it is a parallelogram because it has two sets of parallel sides. It's not a rectangle because we don't have a right angle. It's not a rhombus because the consecutive sides are not the same. It's not a square. It's not a trapezoid because we have more than one set of parallel lines. It's not isosceles trapezoid, and it's not a kite. The only thing that this shape is a parallelogram. All right, next one. We will first start by graphing it again. Remember I told you yesterday, make sure that you graph it properly, because if you don't graph your quadrilateral properly, you will have wrong slopes and you will have wrong lengths and your entire answer can be skewed. So make sure that you're doing this properly. So W is at -5, +1. -5, +1. There's W. X is at -3, +7. So -3, +7 is right here. Y, oops, let me put X there. Y is at +1, +8. +1, +8. And that's Y. And the Z is at -2, -6. -2, -6. And that's Z. Okay, I'm going to connect my points. All right. So now we need to find the slope of each side. Remember how to find the slope? We are going to be counting rise over run. So let's go to, start with WX. WX, rise over run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over 1, 2. +6 over 2, that's going to be reduced to 3. Slope of XY, +1 over 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 over 4. Well, that's already reduced. All right, so z to y, or yz. Okay, I'm going to count the rise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, over 1, 2, 3. 14 over 3. And then WZ, this is going to be our only negative slope. Do you guys see that? All the other slopes are going positive. So rise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, over negative 1, 2, 3. So negative 7 over 3. Now we need to compare all these slopes. We have 3, 4, 1/4, 14 over 3, and negative 7 over 3. None of them are the same, so we know we don't have any parallel lines. And none of them are opposite reciprocal, so we don't have any perpendicular lines. So if we don't have any perpendicular lines, that gets rid of the rectangle, that gets rid of the square. If we have no parallel lines, that gets rid of the parallelogram. It gets rid of the trapezoids. So we are left with either a rhombus or a kite. So now, if we have a kite, that would mean that we have two sets of sides that are congruent. And if we have a rhombus, all four lines are congruent. So, you can eyeball this and you think, well, no, there's nothing that's congruent, but you have to prove it. So, let's prove it. Let's find the length of xy first. So I'm going to make my triangle. This is 1, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So in order to figure out xy, we have to do the Pythagorean theorem. So, okay, 1 squared plus 4 squared. Xy equals 1 squared plus 4 squared equals c squared. And then we end up with 1 plus 16 equals c squared. And then we say, okay, 17 is c squared, and so 17 is c squared. So c is radical 17. Radical 17. I'm not going to bother to figure that out because that's a number 2. And then I'm just going to move down here. Whoops, that's not good. Okay, so now as I scroll up, I'm going to look here and I'm going to say, okay, the next side that I need to figure out is a consecutive side would be xw. So let's figure out what xw is. This one right here. Let's draw that triangle. We have 2, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So xw is going to equal 2 squared plus 6 squared equals c squared. All right, 4 plus 36 equals c squared, 40 equals c squared, so c equals radical 40. Okay, well, we can see that this is not equal to this. But we still have to figure out the other sides because we got to make sure that maybe, maybe I'm going to do in blue, maybe WZ is is the same as xw. So maybe we still have a kite. We know it's not a rhombus, but maybe we have a kite. All right, so let's make this square. Let's make this triangle, not a square. All right. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, 5, 3. All right. A little bit more math. So WZ is going to equal 7 squared plus 3 squared, 49 plus 9. That's going to be 58. So C is going to be radical 58. Well, this is also not the same as any of those other ones. So we now have 3 sides that are different. So now we can prove that we only have one possibility. Whoops. We know that it's not a parallelogram. We have no parallel sides. We know that it's not a rectangle. We know that it's not a rhombus because we have 3 different lengths of the sides. We know it's not a square. We know it's not a trapezoid. We know it's not isosceles, trapezoid. We now know it's not a kite either. So the only possibility for this quadrilateral is quadrilateral. That's all it is. It's only a quadrilateral. All right? Get ready to be doing some work tomorrow. We've got another worksheet, and have a great night. See you then. Bye-bye.